Hello everyone, my name is Matthew and I'm in grade 11 going to grade 12 at Crescent School, and I'm super excited to be a part of SHAD this year. Something that I'm super passionate about and I actually picked up over quarantine is speedrunning. Speedrunning, specifically video games. I know, video games. But let me explain. The objective of speedrunning is to find the fastest way possible from point A to point B, and it's often involving exploiting the game's code or things like using advanced techniques to skip major events. And so it really hardwires your brain to think outside of the box by, subverting the intentions of the programmers and developing a super detailed memorization of strategies or the route that you're going to take to beat the game the fastest way possible. And so yeah, it's just super fun finding these skips and strategies where the game thinks you're doing one thing, but in reality you're 10 steps ahead and already doing another. And so specifically for me, I run on console on PS4, and the game category that I'm running right now is Horizon Zero Dawn New Game Plus on either story difficulty or ultra hard. Let me explain. So New Game Plus refers to being able to carry all your weapons, all your armor, and all your resources that you've accumulated in previous playthroughs to a new playthrough. And so this allows me to have like a maxed out weapon at the start of the game instead of having to build up to it later. And so this makes the runs way more interesting as it allows me to focus on strategies to finish the game instead of strategies to build up to a weapon. Story difficulty, that's the easiest difficulty in the game. It makes speedrunning so much easier, but also so much faster, so it still requires a lot of skill and a lot of focus. Ultra hard, switching to ultra hard, well, ultra hard is a whole other level. My attacks are nerfed by 50%, and enemies' attacks are buffed by 200%. And additionally, on top of that, enemy health bars are disabled, which means I can't even see if I hit an enemy or if I kill an enemy. And so this just makes it super hard when I have to inevitably face enemies, as basically I have to nail every single shot. And this is truly challenging, but hey, I never back down from a challenge. But yeah, most of the run is exploiting game boundaries and finding the fastest way from point A to B. But in the times where I do have to battle it out, they're super fun and super challenging. Another perk of Horizon speedruns are they're quite short and they're super doable in one sitting. The fastest time I have running ultra hard is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and the world record is 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I have a long ways to go. And that record actually, no one has been able to come close by like 10 or 15 minutes. And there's also a DLC, so additional content, and I can run that in about 45 minutes. So it's really accessible and really fun.
Alright, yeah, and since I'm not running enough time, I'll actually share with you one of the most recent skips we actually found. We found this 2 weeks ago, actually. And so just for some context, there's going to be like a machine that's supposed to jump over this wall, this gate, land over here somewhere, and yeah, and so the old strat was to just put a bunch of bombs under it and just wait for it to land on it and blow up. But you know how much speedrunners hate waiting, so the new strat involves some unconventional climbing, as you can see. Getting the high ground, Obi-Wan teaches us that the high ground is the only strategy we need. And so over here, this is the thing that we're trying to kill, and actually it's invincible until it crosses that gate. But for like one very small period of time, for like a few milliseconds, it won't be, and that occurs right after a line that our protagonist says. And so we call this frame skip, just because it's almost like you have to get it like frame perfect. And so you can see when Aloy says, "Here it comes," there's like that small sliver of time, there we go. And so what you just saw was a restart from save. That restart from save allows the carcass of the now dead monster to be spawned in the right place. Skip that scene, skip the dialogues, all that done in like 20 seconds. It's beautiful.
I would definitely recommend playing the game. Even normally, it's one of the most beautiful games I have ever seen, ever played. It's my favorite game for sure. And it was made in 2017, so it's way ahead of its time. And again, like being made in 2017, it's super cheap, so don't worry about the price. And yeah, in terms of the future, I think I'm going to get into Titanfall 2 speedruns as well, because Titanfall 2 is the game that originally got me into speedrunning at the start of the quarantine. And so yeah, thank you for letting me share my passions.